In the United States today, the top 1% holds more wealth than the entire middle class combined. It's not just a gap, it's a chasm. Ever wonder why the rich seem to get richer, while so many others struggle just to stay afloat? This isn't a story of luck or laziness. It's a story of a system. Today, we're breaking down the three core reasons behind America's great wealth divide. The first reason: the wealthy don't just earn money, their money earns money. Imagine James, a successful investor, sitting in his sleek office watching stock market data flicker across multiple screens. The charts are all trending upwards, his portfolio growing with every tick of the market. This is the power of capital. Through investments in stocks, real estate, and private businesses, the wealth of the affluent compounds almost automatically, often while they sleep. This growth can be exponential, creating a virtuous cycle where money generates more money at an accelerating rate. Now contrast this with Maria, a dedicated nurse. Her primary source of income is her labor, the hours she spends caring for patients. While her work is essential, her wages are finite and often struggle to keep pace with the rapid appreciation of assets like stocks and property. For most Americans, their ability to earn is directly tied to the hours they can work, a resource that is inherently limited. This fundamental difference in how wealth is generated through labor versus capital is a primary driver of the widening gap. Secondly, while costs for essentials have skyrocketed, wages for the average worker have not kept up. This is the rising tide that fails to lift all boats. Maria finishes a long, exhausting shift at the hospital, only to come home to a kitchen table piled high with medical bills and a notice about her rent increase. The financial pressure is relentless. Similarly, David, a recent college graduate, stares at the daunting balance of his student loans on his laptop screen, a debt that feels like an anchor weighing down his future. Over the past several decades, the economic landscape has transformed. The decline of powerful unions and the offshoring of manufacturing jobs have been replaced by a service-based economy, which, while creating employment, often offers lower wages and fewer benefits. This stagnation means that millions of Americans are working harder than ever before, but find themselves on a treadmill, running faster just to stay in the same place. The economic growth that the country has experienced has not been shared equitably, leaving many families feeling squeezed and financially insecure. Finally, the rules of the economic game are often skewed to favor those who are already ahead. This isn't an accident, it's a feature of a system shaped by influence. Vast sums of money flow from corporations and wealthy individuals into political campaigns and lobbying efforts, ensuring that their interests are well represented in the halls of power, from the U.S. Capitol to state legislatures. This influence allows them to shape tax policies to their significant advantage. A key example is the differential tax treatment of capital gains versus labor income. The money James makes from his investments is typically taxed at a much lower rate than the salary Maria earns from her nursing job. This, along with other complex loopholes and deductions, creates a powerful feedback loop. Wealth concentration translates directly into political power, which is then used to enact policies that further concentrate wealth at the very top. It's a self-perpetuating cycle that reinforces the existing economic hierarchy. These forces, the power of compounding capital, stagnant wages against rising costs, and a system of rules that benefits the wealthy, create a cycle that is incredibly difficult to break. Addressing this profound divide requires more than just individual effort or telling people to work harder. It requires a hard, honest look at the very systems we have built and chosen to maintain. Is the American dream of prosperity and upward mobility still achievable for all? That's the fundamental question we as a society need to answer.